Hello, Internet. Welcome to Risky Rollers.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Lawrence. How are you?
I'm good. Hello, Mr. Carl.
Welcome, Internet. Lovely Wednesday special edition of On the Desk. We are, as it says in the thumbnail, we are going on the road as of Friday. So without running a few minutes late, so without any further ados, we jump across to over here. We will see our special guest, Mr. Adam Napier. Hello, sir. How are you?
Tired and exhausted already, and it hasn't even begun.
That's okay. You've only got 180 tables to set up on Friday, right? Something like that?
Yeah. So we pick up the truck tomorrow morning, but today was just me clearing out all of the stuff that was stored in front of the terrain and the boards. So that was my day today. So
yep.
So
what's happening on the weekend is Adelaide, Uprising Adelaide for 2026 is happening on Saturday, the 23rd? 24th, 25th, yeah, of January, which is it's probably one of the biggest singles events in Australia. So a lot of people make the pilgrimage over to Adelaide to come and join in.
Yes.
So Laurence and Dalton will be up there streaming, and I get to play, and Laurence gets to watch me play, and he gets to be sad, and it's going to be
yes, I get
fun.
to be sad. It's fine. It's fine.
So, Adam, tell us a little bit about the event and a bit of history and all that kind of fun stuff.
So Uprising started in 2020 amidst COVID. So we were apprehensive about whether to run it. Was it 2021? I think it was 2020. No, sorry, I misspeak. I think it was 2021 was the first year. So started in the midst of COVID as an alternative and a premier 40K event. So we were keen on making sure that we had all the tables having mats, all the tables having uniform terrain, all the tables having table service access and that kind of thing. And so it's continued to grow since then. We peaked, I think, in 2020. What are we in 2026? We would have peaked in 2024 with 220 players. Last year we had 180-ish. This year we've got 180-ish again. So pretty consistent numbers. Runs across the 3 days, 8 games. And offers a golden ticket over to WCW with a $2,500, donation to assist you getting over there, be it flights, accommodation, etc. So that's the top prize. There's a couple more prizes that go along as well. Overall, I think we're about $13,000 in prize support this year. So quite a bit of money goes into it, and making sure that it's all rock and rolling. So
yeah, nice. It's a pretty big event, and I know a lot of people put a lot of effort and prep time into it, and really look forward to going months in advance. So it's really good. One of the things that we like to do here on the desk, Adam, is we like to give a bit of a community shout out. In our Discord, we've got a work in progress channel, and every week on the desk, we like to showcase a little bit of the things that's being put forward. Is there anything that you're working on hobby-wise or Warhammer-wise or anything-wise that isn't, repairing terrain or mats or...
I've been sitting here assembling some Chaos Space Marines. When I saw the fake Perturabo leak, I got the motivation to build an Iron Warriors army. They were my third army in 40K. So I got the motivation to get it cranking again. So I went and grabbed some CSM kits off the shelf and started putting them together. So I'm pretty keen for that. I also don't know if you guys have seen Goblin Hobbies. They do like a stamping pads.
Yep.
So you can like stamp on decals and things like that instead of having to use the decal stickers. So I bought a bunch of like stamping paint and some stamping pads that have like the hazard stripes and that kind of thing on it. So I'm pretty keen for those to arrive and check out how they go. So
nice. That's cool. I was going to say last time I saw you, we spoke. You were beating me with Blood Angel, so that seems fairly traitorous to jump over to the Iron Warriors, sir.
I have zero allegiance. I can like glance across the room and see Necrons, Elder, Blood Angels, Chaos Knights, and and Dark Elder as well. So zero allegiance.
Yeah, I don't stray too far, but yes, I have a few Xenos, in the middle of all my Blood Angel stuff. But and depending on what else that somebody is forcing me to paint, I think there's Demon Princes
forcing you. Come on, Carl.
Yeah, under threat. Under threat.
Under threat.
What
strong words?
What are you working on, Laurence?
Well, I'm doing this. I'm just like doing some dusting and mudding this battle wagon for Mr. Ed Askey, because he's bringing orcs this Saturday. So I'm the base man. I'm doing all the bases for him.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, Adam, but Laurence doesn't paint; he just bases. So
yeah, I do most of the bit.
He also does a little bit of assembly. If you twist his arm, he'll do some assembly for you and some magnetization, but doesn't paint. So he gives the painting to other people, and then they give him their models for basing. Yes. And then he does all the basing and the pigmenting and all that kind of fun stuff. So
that's easy, right? So you can actually have mistakes doing the bases, but not in painting. So
he likes to get down and dirty. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's have a quick look through what our community has been posting. If I press this button, we should get some nice, pretty pictures.
Scintillating Legion.
Yeah, so this one made me laugh a little bit because the without the headpiece on, it looks like
it looks like something.
somebody's behind, without the head in it. Maybe a bit laugh anyway. But yeah, scintillating Legion has been popular. A lot of Lords of Change, Keepers of Secrets, and the like. We've got some Infernus Marines. So we like progress over perfection here, and anything that gets the models on the table. So the things that we tend to show off is just more progress orientated.
Yep.
Those tabs, yeah.
Nice. What's this?
I think this is a D&D dragon. So one of our community members. We try not to dox too many people too while we're going. But one of the community members is, I think, doing a bit of D&D painting. We got some captain with I believe this is probably for Raven Guard, given we've got like some severe pointy beak helmet action going on with the Space Marine captain. But I like a nice purple scheme. It's pretty cool.
That angle is very unfortunate. Initially, I thought that green thing was like a sword or a whip in the hand, and it took me a while to focus in. And
no, it's like something. There's something behind. Yeah, I did that too. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool glow effect. But no, it looks like thongs.
Yeah, I think it's thongs.
We got some more Votan for Laurence. The other thing that we like to do here, Adam, is make fun of Laurence because he hates Votan.
I love Votan.
Any chance we give to make him talk about League's stuff is pretty funny. It's a good time.
Yeah.
This was quite cool. So this was it did have a title. I have to go and find what the title was for it.
So it's an Armiger feet.
It's War Dog legs on. Now, where was it?
On like a bird cage, bird house.
The War Dog house.
It's called Baba Nurgle's hut. So I think it's like a play on Baba Yaga, like a Baba Yaga house, but it's like a war dog. Is it because he's short? Yes. Yes,
No.
it is.
I
Yes,
really
it's
think
alright.
that they missed the boat with just War Doghouse. So
Yeah, the war is in the doghouse.
yeah, War
Yep.
Doghouse.
Yeah. We have a
It's
brand
real
new,
nice.
Lancer, which is cool. Although you're seeing them slightly less now that the knights aren't in big of a favor. But I think in
Yeah. Later on, we'll see how many knights are actually in Uprising.
there's a couple. Having a look at the
Yeah.
doing my homework. There's a few, and there's a couple that are still taking the 4 bigs. So yeah, that'll be interesting.
Have we seen a harder drop off in 10th than Knights? I feel like the
Eldar.
codexes came out and they were absolutely
Eldar in the last
everywhere.
3 weeks.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, it's pretty big drop off though. Yeah. We have a I think this is a conversion kit bash for the new kill team.
Mm-hmm.
For the new Warp Talons kill. Is it a kill team? The new Warp Talons
so
box.
little. Yeah, but he's so small.
He's so little.
Don't tell me
Well,
there's
he's
new
got
Warp Talons. I literally just Warp Talons.
He's got like tactical rocks. Oh, there was part of the announcement at Palm Springs. Was there?
I think the kill team. Yeah, the kill team. Is it?
Yeah, Murder Wing Kill Team.
Yeah, Murder Wing Kill Team. Yeah, there you go.
Oh man,
Somebody in chat's answering your question, Adam. Thomas says Black Templar Ironstorm. It's pretty quick drop off.
Can't say I ever saw it to have a drop off. So
We have some. Speaking of more Votan, some Thunderkin. I think there's a bit of some head swapping going on with these Thunderkin.
Yeah.
They look very Space Wolfy heads, to be honest.
Yeah, doesn't look like Votan.
And skulls.
yeah, they actually look quite good. I've never really been a fan of these models, but being a simple head swap, and the skulls, I think making them a little bit taller on the shoulders looks good too.
Yep.
Sorry, internet. One of my children was being loud. I was trying to work out what it was. Castigator. Somebody's been building some castigators. Castigators. Seeing sisters slowly creep back a little bit. Some more sisters lists. We'll have a quick look at one.
Is magnetized.
I'm not. I don't know whether I should be telling the TO this, but my hunter killer is blue tacked because I didn't get around to magnetizing it on my
As long as
red.
it comes off,
It comes off.
fine,
It comes
right?
off, and it is a hunter killer
Yeah.
missile, but it's magnetized for one of my vindicators, and I didn't get around to
The amount of times I'm standing at the table and I'm like, "Has that shot? I can't remember the shot. Did you shoot
Yeah.
it? Did I shoot it? I don't even know."
Yeah, no, it's definitely tokenized. Got some hatches for some little bit of heresy hatches. It's cool. Somebody's on the wolf train. We got a primed Logan Grimnar.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good model.
Yeah, I like him actually.
Brady, one of our patrons in chat, is letting me know that he's got his second Catan ready for Uprising.
Oh yeah.
So yes, we had a practice RTT
Last Sunday?
on Sunday, and I played Brady, and was lamenting trying to punch Catan with my 2 damage weapons. So he's just letting me know that he's now got 2, just in case we have a rematch. Just make.
Can we have grad match in round 1, Adam?
No, we don't do grudges. No grudges.
Lawrence is going to grudge match.
There'd be like 50 grudges, and I'd be sitting there for an hour and a half trying to pair everyone. It would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Lawrence is grudge matching from the stream desk.
Yeah.
He's not even playing, and he's asking for a grudge match.
It's
We
fun.
got some what are they?
Are those hyper adaptive?
Ravages.
Oh.
Look kind of cool. I like
Mhm.
how a very rich red. It's good. I like it.
Red Terror-esque.
We've got some Jukaris,
Okari.
some gunboat. We have some. Somebody's got some Hormigans on, which is cool. I can't. I don't think I could ever do my own like 80 Hormigant Tyranids. Just doing lines on Carapace. I'd cheat. I don't think I could sit there and do the lines for like 80 Hormigans. And I think there'd been some slap chopping contrast jobs going on if I had to do my own Tyranids. And then we've got a Lord with Jump Pack with Plasma and Power Fisto, which is kind of cool. I like the mounted glowing skull. So he doesn't have a tactical rock. He's got a tactical glowing skull and smoke.
I was so annoyed. I was going through the Chaos Space Marine Codex the other day, and I was so annoyed that these guys can't join Raptors. I can't join Warp Talons. I was like, why can't Warp Talons have a leader? It's just silly.
I think there's what can they join the Jump Pack Lords?
Just Raptors. That's
Just
it.
Raptors. They
Yeah,
joined the
which
new.
are garbage.
I wonder if they if the new data sheet, 40k data sheet, might have if a captain can join it.
Yeah, hope it would be good. If like how they say if a captain can join
This other unit, yeah,
this other unit, it can join this unit instead. That would be really good because
that would be
Talons
cool.
could really use the access to a leader.
That's all our whip from the whip channel. Internet chat, if you want to get some photos up here or participate in an active hobby scene, please check out our Discord. Go check out whip. There's also a showcase channel that you can put finished stuff in. But yeah, keep getting those hobby jobbies done and get those models on the table. Because we like playing the games with the models and having the paint on them. Cool. All right. So let's. What we can do is we'll go to here first. This one over here. So Adam, I don't know if you know, but this is a professional talk show that we do. We definitely don't do this regularly and should kind of have this down pat by now. But you would imagine that we were doing this for long enough that I'd know how to press the buttons really seamlessly. But alas, you have to entertain the crowd some way, and I'm not funny enough. They don't laugh with me. They can laugh at me trying to press the buttons. All right. Let's look at. Well, do you want to maybe what's the terrain layouts like for Uprising this year?
So we're using approximations of 1, 2, 4, and 6. So all the pieces will be in the same spot. It's just that instead of 12 by 6 bases, they might be 11 by 7 or something like that. So, but yeah, it'll be 1, 2, 4, and 6. And then I think it's 2. One of the layouts has an L that's pointed in the wrong direction for some unknown reason. So we tend to flip that a little bit because it makes it a little bit more conducive to actually not getting shot off the table if someone stands in the middle of it. So it's either 2 or 4. So.
Yeah, that's the one that it's kind of got the diagonal bit and then the long bit, but the one in the middle.
Both point that way, and if you're on tipping point, someone can just walk into terrain and shoot straight down into you.
Or if you're starting it in your deployment zone, you can kind of see into it. It's kind of a bit weird.
Yeah. It's a bit awkward. So we tend to flip that where we can. Won't promise it on every table, but the ones that we can, we'll flip it. So
yep. I noticed that. So I got the missions up for day 1, 2, and 3. I noticed that the first version of this had day one, mission one was purge the foe. Was that changed by popular demand, or did you cop too many messages?
So I took this to the Brains Trust initially, and
Yep.
this was the version that we came up with, and I just posted the wrong version.
Okay, cool.
It was the version we had iterated, so
Yeah.
it was I just posted it initially, and then I changed it within the first 5 minutes because someone pointed out that I'd posted the wrong version of it. But the main thing for me was avoiding too many tipping points, as I find that going second on tipping point, you are able to just strangle someone's primary very easily because that objective is just so easy to get to on their expansions. So
Yep. No, agreed. As it's good to know that it wasn't done on purpose the first time around, so that's good. The
we didn't want all the Catan players to immediately win. So
yeah, that's right. You use it for your first round is to like weed out half the ones that don't have lists that can do purge.
Yep.
And then so we've got taken hold, tipping point, purge on Crucible, and linchpin, search and destroy day one, which is it's quite a nice little mix up. Then we start off day two with Terraform. I practiced this on last night, and that'll be interesting for my list. Both that and purge, but so you got to play with the missions that are in the pack, right? So Terraform, Crucible, Scorched, Tipping Point, Hidden Supplies, Crucible, and then Search and Destroy, Crucible, Taken Hold, Scorched, round 6. No, round 8. Sorry, I can count.
Round 8.
Yep,
Yeah.
round 8.
Last round, day 3, Scorched. That should be interesting.
And my prediction is that on the top table, the person going first is going to win that round.
Ooh. Did you write that down, Lawrence? That's one for the stream when you get to day 3 is like, well, on desk, this was Adam's prediction, and then you can hold him to it on day 3 when he's really tired after doing like 3 days of TOing. And when he really doesn't want to know about it.
42 degrees.
Yeah,
so
it's supposed to be
great
real
on
hot.
Monday.
Was it that hot last year as well? I can't remember. It was pretty hot last year.
So we've only had one really hot year, and that was I think it was our first year. We had like 2 40-plus degree days. Other than that, we haven't really hit 40 degrees at all. So having the fact that Saturday and Monday are both in the low 40s, it's going to be pretty intense. So lucky we've got a couple of slushy machines there. So
nice.
Slush machine,
yeah, and you got to let Lawrence know which one is the alcoholic one, so that he doesn't accidentally think that they're non-alcoholic slushies like last year. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. I was tricked, Carl.
Yeah, I think that VOD is still up too on YouTube. If you go to Scotty D's channel, I think you can still watch that game when Lawrence realized his drinks were alcoholic. All right. So now we've got. So this is the faction breakdown player count for the event. So again, shout out to Stats Daddy Luke, who is the official Risky Roller Stats Daddy. We put he puts a lot of work into getting these stats and lets us use them. So thank you to Luke again. We've got surprise, a metric crap ton of Space Marine players. Now this is broken down into the Codex and non-Codex. So there's 16 vanilla Space Marines.
So that'd be what, like, we reckon 13 to 12 Ultramarines, couple of Raven Guard, and
so I haven't
Salamanders.
I haven't seen a Raven Guard, but I've seen a number of Salamanders. I think
yes.
I think
okay, all right.
Yeah, I think the Forge Father is a bit of a sleeper for trying to deal with the high toughness chassis and Catan, like from a Mortal Wound Bond perspective. So I think that's We might see a few of those do well over the weekend.
I've got one Raven Guard at least that I know of. So
yes,
Necrons
we can check
is
it.
second.
I've got the detachments in the next one when we're finished having a look at this. But and then Necron's second. Again, surprise, surprise. 8% of the field, only 2 players less than the vanilla Codex Space Marines.
I have some stats on the Necron lists if you'd like to know how many
hit us.
Catans there are.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
So let me have a squeeze. Where was it? Necrons. So we've got Necrons. There's one list that has no Catan or Silent King.
Yeah,
There's two lists that have no Catan.
I would like that list, please. Can you pair me into that guide? That would be awesome.
There's 2 lists in total with no Catan. There's a total of 5 Silent Kings, and there's 4 lists with 4 Catans, 1 list with 3 Catans, 2 lists with 3 Catans, and 1 list with 2 Catans. 8 Nightbringers in total and 8 Void Dragons.
No Catans.
8 Void yeah. It's interesting actually from the meta wrap up content over the last couple of days from last weekend's events. They had there was a lot of Necron lists that did well without the Nightbringer. Part kind of mainly because I think some events had different, rules on what they could do with the model. But there was quite a few lists that did well that had like variations of Void Dragon and Deceiver in like Star Shadow builds. So it'd be interesting to see how well those goes. I have a suspicion that there's like the sweet spot for the Catan is probably like 2 to have a lot of like to have enough mission play for some of these missions. You obviously don't want the like 4 or 5 Catan on like Purge. That would be a very sad day indeed.
I played that last weekend with
yeah?
Sons. Yeah,
how'd that go?
It was grim.
It was grim.
Yeah, not well. So I, being T-Sons, do lots of mortal wounds. He exploded, and then my Mutalith Vortex Beast exploded. Between the 2 explosions, I took 40 mortal wounds, and he took 7. And I was like, well,
yeah,
good game.
Hello, Mr. Ryan Jones.
Hello,
Ryan. That's a lot of. I had a very very similar game. Well, kind of. I had a like an older school 4 Catan Hypercrypt for funsies build, and I got paired into like War Dog spam, and we had a chain explosion, and it would because the Catans explode for enough damage. There was like, I think like 2 Catans exploded and 3 War Dogs or something ridiculous like that, just like one after the other.
Yeah.
And it was just, gross.
1 CP for explosion on a 3+ when you're doing D6 mortals and you've got a giant ass base, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Lots of orcs. Orcs are really popular. You got they're the third highest with 11 and 6% of the field. I expected a few orcs because everybody, they're like, you see your odd dread mob and your odd, sometimes you shout out to Titchener and his Stomper. He likes to turn up to Uprising, but gonna have a lot of, seems like there's a lot of orcs. There's a lot of them that are Warhorde, I believe, looking at the stat, but very coming back into we talk about factions that are coming back into popularity as opposed to ones that are dropping off. Orcs seem to be, keeping on.
I think Orcs is a very popular faction, so a lot of people.
I think it's one of those things that most people have on the shelf, and they're very dedicated players, the ones that like to play them as well. So the other thing, which again I haven't actually looked at any of these lists as far as the Orcs go, but This is something that Liam Hackett clocked onto several years ago, in that we've got a very monster-heavy meta at the moment with Scintillating Legion, with Catans, and you know what has anti-monster, anti-vehicle 4+?
Snaggers.
Bloody Orc. Yeah, so
Yep.
so snaggers can go hard. So there's certainly some play there if they can get the right matchup into it. There's a few others that have clocked that with Grey Knights and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see if any of the Orcs, if there's some really top players on Orcs, I'd expect that they'll do very well. But I would hazard a guess that there could very well be no Orcs in the top 5 despite their numbers. So.
Yeah, you're getting a big shout out in chat. Kago Paint says it looks like every detachment is accounted for except Mordaka. But he's calling out Big Hunt versus Catan all day. So, yeah, I'm not sure whether I would take Big Hunt, assuming I would always get monsters and vehicles, because I think there's always some people that go anti-meta and try to go scoring and ball control and that kind of stuff. But yeah, definitely it's a good shout out. Then we got ties for Guard and Death Guard. I believe that most of those Astra Militarum are Grizzled Company.
100%, yeah, Grizzled Company.
Yeah, I believe so. So we're going to see lots of combinations of Dawns, Kaskin, and Bulgrin in varying degrees. We've got a couple of examples to talk about a little bit later for the difference between those lists. But yes, lots of Grizzled. It's very strong. It's almost the one I'm worried about the most for me.
Well,
combination with T12 and units that have neg1 damage is pretty tough. Rough. Coupled with a lot of Death Guard. How many? I'll have a look. Remind me, Laurence, to check how many.
Virulent and damage.
Yeah, there is. I don't think there are too many, but yeah, 10 players for Guard, 10 players for 10 players for Astra Militarum, and 10 players for Death Guard.
Yep.
And then some Chaos Demons. So Scintillating is very good. It's quite popular. It's fairly accessible. But if you can get the Keepers of Secrets, then the rest of it is not too difficult to get because there's not a lot of units. So they're quite popular at the moment. Do a lot of damage with their updates to the damage profile on the Keepers. And then we've got Chaos Demons at 9, and then we've got a 5-pack of 8, which is World Eaters, Custodes, Sisters, Votan, and Tau. Going from bottom up, the Tau have had some really good results in the last couple of weeks in the singles events.
Yep.
So Moncar's been doing a little bit of work, winning events. Sisters still going strong. We're going to see one of the top players in the Sisters list pretty soon.
Yep.
They're doing quite well. They haven't really gone away. And then Laurence, 8 Custodes players.
I wish I've been the 9th, so maybe I'll bring
how many
some Custodes.
Not a lot. Funnily enough,
not
a lot. So there's a lot of Shield Host. I think a few of the Shield Host lists have triple Land Raiders, which I found interesting. Because I thought you get the most amount of power out of it with the Talon shenanigans. But interesting taking it in Shield Host. But when I
saw that list, I genuinely thought it must have been like a 3,000 point tournament. I was like, how are there 3 Land Raiders and 35 Custodians? What is going on?
Yep. Well, when your Custodes profiles are the same as Vitrix on a Guard, you can kind of point them similar, right?
Yeah. I guess.
Our lists Uprising. Anybody got a link?
Well, first question, Ryan, is why aren't you playing in Uprising?
Yeah, why do you not know? Where do you, how do you not know where to get the links, Ryan Jones?
Ryan Jones.
If you're not participating, how am I supposed to read out your really, really
Nice list
creative and entertaining list names? And then we've got 7 AdMech players. I didn't know there were 7 AdMech players in Australia. I think we've got like 2 of the 3 here in Vic, and maybe there's 1 or 2 up in Queensland. 7 AdMech. Chickens do good work into this kind of stuff, so I guess you just use the chickens and then outscore everybody. I'm lazy to all questions. Yeah, good on your own. We then got Chaos Space Marines with 7. We got Tyranids and Space Wolves, 5 Blood Angels, 5,000, including myself. Yes,
yep.
I think if I wasn't trying for my back-to-back best in faction, Adam, I'd probably have bandwagoned on the Catan, to be honest. But we gotta represent. I was pretty happy to see that there were only 5. I think with 5, I've got a pretty good chance of going back to back best in faction. But we'll see.
Go for it, Carl.
We just picked up the trophies today, in fact. So
yes, awesome. All right. 1,000 Suns, 4 Emperor's Children, 4 Grey Knights, Chaos Knights. So they're not the least. We've got 4 for both Chaos and
Night
Imperial
version,
Knights.
Yes.
So that's quite interesting. Most of them are just bigs and a few smalls. That didn't look anything too spicy, but then we've got some Deathwatch, some Drakari, 4 Deathwatch, 4 Drakari, 1 Dark Angels, 2 Dark Angels, 2 Eldar, a Black Templar, and a GSC.
2 Eldar. It's very surprising as well.
Couple people holding on to the Eldari, which is interesting.
They just can't hold objectives, man. Like Eldar and Dark Eldar cannot hold an objective on GW. It's just pretty much impossible.
Yeah. So in terms of faction breakdown, obviously Grizzled Company have 100% of the Guard, the Imperial Guard players. Berserker Warband, we've got 8 Berserker Warbands, which is not surprising. 5 of the Demons are scintillating. I think, is that all 5? No, Demons, we got 9. So there's 4 other Demons other than scintillating. 5 Halos Creed for the AdMech. I would assume that we'll see 2 what's it called?
Skitarii cohort.
Champions?
Skitarii cohort.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We're talking about the AdMech.
Interesting. One Skitarii
being is interesting. 5 Shield Host out of the how many?
Out of the 8.
Out of 5 Shield Host out of the 8. There you go, Laurence.
Yep. Then
we then 5 Warhorde, so quite a good spread. Not as many Warhorde as we thought. 5 Pantheon of Woe, as you said, Adam. There's a few that have gone spam Catan, and then 5 Curse Legion. 4 Warpbane, 4 Kneeguard on the Votan. All the Deathwatch of the Deathwatch. There can't be anything else. So there's 3 Forge Father Seekers, Salamanders in those that 11 Codex Space Marines.
Space Marines, yep.
3
Virulent is only 3 as well.
Yeah, Virulent is only 3, so that means that of those Death Guard, of the 10 Death Guard,
match, yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of different pulls for the Death Guard. Couple of Grand Coven, and then kind of after that, it's a pretty big spread. for the rest of the. We won't go through the entire list.
Yeah,
because we'll be here all night.
actually very good.
Somebody's bringing the Cult of Speed, which is interesting. The two Eldari.
Dedicated orc players, right?
It's a very dedicated orc player. Although we're looking at a Cult of Speed list in one of the teams. One of the there was a Queensland teams event a couple of weeks ago, and one of the top teams had a Cult of Speed orcs list, which was quite cool. And there's at least one Shadowmark Talon, so there is one Raven Guard in that 11 pack. So the other
Imperial Fists as well, apparently. So
yes, and there's also Bastion. Somebody's brought Bastion already, so that'll be interesting.
Yep.
So a nice spread, other than like Berserker Warband, Scintillating, Grizzled, and Shield Host. It gets pretty spread out after that, because of some of those factions higher in number, but have a bigger percentage. 2 Eldar, How the Mighty Have Fallen. Yes, well,
one is even Harlequin, Serpent's Brood, bro.
Yeah, but it's Harlequin's. Serpent's Brood is Harlequin's light. You take like some boats and like 5 troop and 3 troop masters, whatever. But you still take spiders and reapers and rangers.
Yeah, not real Harlequins then.
Well, not like you. I mean, why aren't you playing just mono Harlequins, Lawrence?
Yeah, that's what I want. Mono Harlequins.
Mono Harlequins fan. All right. Anything super surprising there, Adam, that jumps out at you? Anything that unexpected?
No, I'm surprised there's not more Scintillating Legions in the Demons area. I would suggest it's not like Demons really have much play out of that. Yeah. But otherwise, it's all pretty standard. Like the sheer amount of Vitrix Guard and Calgars and Blade of Ultramar is not surprising. And I think that if I had to make a call, my call would be that the bully of the middle tables will be the Catan lists and the Victrix Guards lists. They'll sit squarely in the middle. Most of the players will finish 6-2 or worse because they'll catch a bad matchup somewhere. And the people that are going to finish at the top are going to be the people who have teched to heal those 3 wounds, neg 1 to wound, 2 up, 4 up bodies, and the Catans. So as we'll see with a few of the lists, I'm sure we'll go through. There's quite a few people who have teched pretty hard into the reroll damage, reroll hits, reroll wounds into the big monsters. So that's where you want to be at. I'm surprised, I guess, if the Eldar, I mean, we all know that the best unit in Eldar is the Fire Dragons, and they are probably one of the premier anti-tank and anti-vehicle units. So it would have been interesting to see a few of those kicking around just to mess up the Catan and stuff, but not really a thing because, again, they can't hold an objective. So,
any spicy calls for the winner?
Look, I think that Reese has come in with a very keyed-in list for the meta.
Grey Knights, right?
That's a fairly interesting take. I think that there's a few things that could catch him off guard, and I think that if he runs into any truly tough spammed army, that one unit of Purifiers isn't really going to be enough for him. So it'll be interesting to see if he does catch a bad matchup somewhere early. But he'll just run through Catans, he'll run through Scintillating Legions. So and that's what he's teched for. So hopefully he can get 8 matchups into that and he'll run the field. But otherwise, I've had a look at very few things in there, to be honest. I've been too busy dealing with 40 million. How is my Catan good enough to not get screwed by your Catan rules, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, pretty much. Lawrence, you got a prediction? Maybe you got maybe a
Well,
top three.
well, I think obviously apart from Reese, I'm looking at Jonah this year as well. Maybe he will be doing well. So I'm actually rooting for Jonah.
What about give
Tao,
me Tao?
yeah,
What's the other two?
Tao.
Tao.
So Reese and probably one of the Space Marine player. So
So
I don't know who is
Tao,
it.
Tao, GK, and what's the last one? Give me a faction.
Space Marine, Ultramarines.
Ultramarines. So
Yep,
you heard it. You heard it. That's what Lawrence's prediction. You can
yep, that's my prediction.
That's a bad call.
you can check in on that prediction. It's now on the internet. It's now been recorded.
Yep.
So you can make fun of him when it's wrong on Monday. But yes, interesting. Yeah, I think the pivot was pretty quick for me. The meta pivot was pretty quick in terms of like Rage Curse was really strong, and then there was a bunch of neg 1 damage, and then we got sad again. So it's interesting. My tech was to go for the Terminators, to go for something with a bit more tank to it. So we'll see. I've had a few games. I did all right into to a Nightbringer in my round 1 on Sunday. So hopefully that unit messes up everything else and just tanks some big stuff for me, so I can score some points, and then see how we go. But I think the lots of T12 bodies. T11's not too bad, but if there's too many T12s, when you're starting to like wound on 5s, wound on 6s, that makes it really hard. Like wounding on Assault Terminators, wounding on 4s with reroll 1s and dev wounds goes a little bit of the way, but the everything else wounding on 5s and 6s makes it very hard. So they're my boogeymen. Hope I see a few less than them.
Neg 1 damage, the BA just do not love neg 1 damage, right? Like the two things they don't love: neg 1 damage and 2+ armor save with AOC. Like they're, and so you just do not want to catch a Wrath of the Rock because you're just bone.
Wrath of the Rock. Actually, that I found that with Rage Cursed now, because you can push a lot of the units for AP3, the 2-ups not too bad. Like I feel okay into the vitrix, the vitrix guard unit themselves. I was pretty happy to see that there wasn't a lot of repulsor executioner spam. I was kind of concerned about that because in testing, like getting through 2 or 3 rep X's was actually really hard. But like Vindicators aren't too bad. They hurt, but they're killable. Especially with AP3. So but yeah, it's the neg 1 damage or multiple neg 1 damage. Like I played a game into Grizzle Company the other night, and that was they had Bulgrim, and it was very sad trying to kill Dawns and Bulgrim at the same time through T12 and neg 1 damage. But let's have a look at, so I went through the current ITC rankings through BCP, pulled out the top 10 players that are in the event, and we'll kind of go through them in no particular order and have a look at the lists that of the ones that are present in the event, what they're playing. Chalan, I think. I may butcher some of these pronunciations, so please forgive me. But they're bringing Deathwatch. They're the top rank ITC in the list currently. So interesting. Deathwatch have done kind of fairly well in the rest of the global meta, especially in singles. So the pretty cookie cutter from a list perspective. Gravis with Tome, Judici with Thief, Combi Lieutenant, Watchmaster with Beacon, Assault Intercessors, Deathwatch Veterans, Intercessors for Sticky, JPIs, 2 units of Deathwatch Terminators,
Termi,
curses for extra hit. Double Indomitor Kill Team, Thunderstrike for +1 to wound. So the Thunderstrike, the Thunderstrike is the hull tech, so that give +1 to wound against vehicles. And then a Priest for probably 40 points left and deny 12-inch deep strike.
Yep.
Is the Thunderstrike locked to shooting?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you see a lot of the Hammer Strike because it strips cover. It ignores cover for units after that. But yeah, the Thunderstrike is it's quite good if you have. It works really, really well with the Indomitor Melters because the strat takes them to strength 10, and then you get
AP5.
the +1. Yeah, you get then AP5, then you get the +1 to wound against monsters and vehicles.
Yeah, so that's at least 3 or 2 to 1.
Yep. And then we have Mr. Liam Stevens. He is
Leagues of Votan.
His Leagues of Votan, Nidgard.
Yep.
And Carl, Mimnir, and Uthar. Got some Hearth King Warriors. Capricus. 2x3. 3x3 Thunderkin.
3x3.
And
then the Terminator squad.
Yeah, one Bricker Hearthguard, 2 Land Forts, and then 2x3 Pioneers, 1x10 Jaegers. Well, you got to take 10. A 6-pack of
Steel Jacks.
Steel Jacks.
Yep.
And then a 3.
1x6, 2x3. 1x6
Yeah,
and
1x6, 2x3. And they're all the
I
same.
think this is the list. Yeah, I think this is the list I played against last Sunday. So,
The Autok Pattern Bolters, the shooting ones or the melee ones? I can never remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the Steel Jacks, they're great for survivability and points cost, but they just don't do anything. They just hit like a wet noodle, both in shooting and assault. So.
Yeah, I think the is really leaning on the Hearthguard to do a lot of weight of shots damage.
And even in melee,
It's like, I'm just going to hand you like 50, 4-ups, and we'll see how many you can, 4-up invols and 5-up feel no pains you can roll. Marcus Butler, also taking Votan, but this is Hearthband. So double Carl, double Capricus, 3x3 Thunderkin, 2 Earthshakers, a 1x10 Hearthguard. Sorry, 2x10 Hearthguard.
Oh, 2 sets of Termies.
And a 5. So 25 Termies.
25. Mm-hmm.
1 fort.
1 fortress.
3x3 Pioneers. And 2 Jaegers. So there's 2. So 2 Capricious for the 2 double split, and then 2x10 Jaegers. So yeah, slightly interesting to take. It's got more Hearthguard, doesn't have Steel Jacks. Really relying, a lot of good deep strike. So it's a good little difference. So which one, Adam, which way would you lean, the Nidgard or the Hearthband?
Look, I definitely prefer this list over the other. The 4 units of 5 little infiltrating guys are fantastic. The Capricus haulers, for what they do, are great. Their footprint is small, so it makes them very hideable. I'm not a huge fan of 25 Terminators. I think that their output, now that their grenade launchers are only D3, is pretty severely diminished. So I worry that this list has the hitting power because there's so many points invested in them. But I do love the mortars. The mortars are great. A D6 plus 4 shots, like they're single-handedly 2 mortars almost beats any Elder or Dark Elder player. So I think that they're a great little take. So I think I'd prefer this list over the other. So
Cool. Then we have Mr. Freeman, who's bringing his Cursed Legion. So this is a 2 Catan variant. So Deceiver and Nightbringer. We got a Locust Lord, the Necrosaur, which is quite cool. I got to play against the Necrosaur on the weekend. He's quite fun character to interact with.
Yep.
We then have Overlord with the Destroy Cult enhancement that makes his unit Destroy Cult.
Yep.
Then a Scorpec Lord, 1 Reanimator, a couple of Tomb Crawlers, 1 unit of Flayed Ones, a 6-pack of Locust Destroyers to go with the Locust Lord, 10 Lich Guard with swords to go with the Overlord with Destroy Cult keyword.
Yep.
So Ophidian Destroyers, 3x3 Scorpex, and 3 Tomb Blades. So, some good. I think this is good balance from a Catan perspective. There's a lot of damage and a lot of tankiness with the what are they? Lich Guard. The Lich Guard are quite tanky. Yep, and the Reanimator. And then they've got shooting damage from the sustained Locust Destroyers when you stand them next to Necrosaur. So I think it's got a nice balance of damage and durability plus the 2 Catan.
Yeah, my worry is that the Reanimator can be difficult to hide on the GW layouts, and it is a little bit soft. So putting the 6-man Destroyer brick and then the Lich Guard near it, so put the Lich Guard to the middle, Destroyer brick off to the side, and just kind of target them down a flank is a solid plan, but keeping it hidden is going to be a bit of a challenge. So the Lich Guard will stand in front of it and absorb quite a bit of a whack, but it'll be a bit of a challenge to see whether it can actually live to any kind of dedicated long-range anti-tank with a bit of speed, like throw a Riptide with Infiltrate or Scout or whatever it is that they get down the flank and just like light it up turn 1 pretty easily. So,
Yep. Aidan McCune. In contrast, he's taken Pantheon of Woe. This is a 3 Catan Silent King variant of Pantheon, so he's opted for the Deceiver, Nightbringer, Void Dragon. Sorry, it's a 4 Catan.
4 Catan with the Silent King.
Yeah, 4 Catan and Silent King, so Transcendent, and it's a lot of stuff. Silent King hands out the rerolls and some extra movement. And then just some obligatory scoring pieces, 2 Destroyers and 2 Ophidians. They're the things that I'm going for first if I can.
9 units only.
That's the only way that I can beat this is by outscoring it. Yes, going all in on the Catan plan.
We'll find out.
Yeah, there are going to be lists that just can't deal with it. Like, actually, sorry, I should clarify that. Majority of lists are just not going to be able to deal with that volume of regenerating T11 wounds. Like, it's just not going to happen. So,
yeah. Mr. Michael Hamilton of Ratcon fame is bringing his Blades of Ultramar Ultramarines. He's got Sicarius, Lieutenant with Armor of Antonius is the Honor Vehement, I think. Or is it... no, it's the Feel Pain one.
I don't know what's
two up armor. It's 10 points.
Antoninus.
Yeah, it's the Gladius version of
Armor of Antoninus. 2+ save, 5 up, feel no pain.
Yeah, it's the
makes him more tanky.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the enhancement in Gladius.
Oh, that yeah. I mean, he's already got the feel no pain, so I guess it's just giving him a 2+ save.
10 points spare.
Yeah, actually, you're probably right. That's probably what it is, right?
Yep. Mr. Old School Calgar We've got Wardens of
is
Ultramar.
anyone like, while the new model is infinitely better, is anybody actually taking the new Calgar versus the Calgar with 2 Victrix? Is my question. If I had the choice, I would always take the new one. And if someone had come to me and said, "Hey, look, I want to run the good Calgar model, but I want to take him with the Victrix," I would have been like, "You can do that because the new model is actually so much better than the old model."
Yeah, but just like I don't know how they thought that they would get people to run the new data sheet.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times that we don't understand.
Give him 2 Victrix. That's how you get them to run the new data sheet.
Yeah, that's right. Give them Vitrix. Wardens of Ultramar. Now this is it's quite funny.
Yeah.
I enjoy people announcing which weapons they're activating with this unit, and that just ends up being like 9 shots of 411 or 401 or whatever it is. But this unit is a pain in the ass, and it's 90 points. And it has a bunch of OC and a bunch of wounds. It's really good. Michael has opted for gladiator hulls, so he's got a Lancer and a Reaper. The Reaper is really cool. I like a Reaper. I think that Reaper's a bit slept on. Impulsor and Curses, Infiltrators, Thunderstrike. And
then 12.
Then 12 Vitrix, and 2 Vindicators. So lot of tank gun power. He's gone for the blades, so you get multiple turns of full army Dev Doctrine.
Correct.
He won the warm up RTT with it on Sunday. You know, what can you say? That hasn't already been said about Ultramarines.
Yeah, I could certainly see Michael making top 10 with this 6'2", 7'1", in that kind of range. Michael's been a solid player for as long as I've been around, and this is a good list, and I think it leans into the Victrix quite well. He's the main thing I always look at for a good Space Marine list is, does it contain infiltrators? Yes or no. If it doesn't contain infiltrators, they've done something wrong. Sorry, Carl. Because they are just such a clutch unit. That for 100 points, it's 30 points more than a scout squad, but you can block off half the bloody board from deep strike. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, I just charge, and I don't worry about my home field anymore. When you don't worry about, I've just been watching so many videos of Innes play that he just doesn't start his intercessors down the back anyway. He just like puts one at the front, and then he pushes the rest of them forward. And he just doesn't give a shit because he's just going to overwhelm the front. So I'm just going to go with that game plan, and we'll see how it goes. But I tend to agree. I like Infiltrators does make the screening that just easier. And he's got the double, so he's got so he doesn't have scouts, but he's got Incursors with scout, and he's got Infiltrators that can, depending on the matchup, he can you can use them aggressively sometimes. If the first turn screening is going to be life or death, you can kind of chuck them up and infiltrate them. But yeah, majority of the time you'll see him standing still.
Been coming around on Incursors. I think that the 10-point differential between scouts, like the scout up-down ability is not great. They are less durable, and they are way less utilitarian than the +1 to hit, and then the little bomb thing that these guys have. Like, it's just, I think they're just a better unit all round. I also have been considering Reavers as well. The Neg 1 OC, particularly relevant, especially in Blood Angels, where you can get them to like 6-1-1 on combat as well. So,
yeah. I think they're all infinitely defendable choices, whichever way you go. And I think it's really down to how much the rest of your units cost that you want to put in. Like if you've got 70, 80, 90 spare, whether you're
70, 80, 90 or 100, where are your points at?
Yeah, and if it's the difference between, like, obviously he's got, he's got the 10-point enhancement on the lieutenant, so he could probably swing. If you wanted, JPIs would also be a fine choice. If you had 90 and you wanted that instead, but yeah. What's next? We've got Bradley Mack, and Grizzled. So this Grizzled is Rambo Strikes Again, because I believe if we scroll down a little bit, we'll see a bit of Sly Marbo action.
Yeah.
So Mr. Rambo himself. So we got a ctan command squad, a Tempestus command squad, 2 Dawn commanders, and Sly. He's opted for 2 Catachans for some infiltrate. We got 1 Chimera and 2 Taurox. Yeah, so more transport for the Catachan and some Kaskin. 1 unit of Rough Riders, but it's only 5 rather than a full pack. We've got a Hellhound for some melter action. Yeah. And then we've got 3x10 Kaskin. So I'd imagine that 2 of them would feature in the Tauroxes, and then you might see well, 1 Chimera, 2 Tauroxes, something like that. 2 Vanquishers. My Balpred the other night got vanquished by the Vanquisher in one shot, which was quite funny. I enjoyed it. I did get to sticky my objective though, which was quite good. But you're seeing the battle cannon on the Vanquisher, because it's quite nice for popping stuff, especially on GW.
That the Vanquishers just come down to a cheap hull. Like, you're paying for the multi-melters and the las cannon, and you get a gun on top that sometimes will just casino out and just like pick up something in one shot. But most of the time, you're just paying for the hull with some multi-melters and a las cannon. So,
5 Scions to go with the command squad to make a 10-pack. And that's the list. So no Bullgrim in this Grizzled. It's all guns and transports and Dawns. So, which is less.
Going for the offense.
Whereas in comparison, we've got Pranis, who is bringing very, very similar list with Grizzle Company, or down to the Sly Marbo, but he has a commissar with the enhancement, so that he can give orders to the two Bullgrim units that is in this list. So only 1 Taurox, Cadian shock troops, 2 units of Death Riders, 1 unit of Kaskin, some Krieg engineers with flamers. And the 2 Vanquishers and some Rattlings. So this is a much more defensive Grizzled. With the rerolls and the orders, the Bullgrim hit very hard and are very consistent. So yeah, this is much more control style, whereas the Brad's list is kind of more shoot pressure up the board.
More on the offense versus defense.
Very more offensive. Yep. Which way would you go, Adam? Which one do you reckon is going to do better?
Look, I think the meta is primed for the Bullgrim. I think the Bullgrim are particularly good in metas where people want to be rocking high damage weapons. So I think that the Bullgrim are a good choice. I do like the Catachans, though. It gives you flexibility to be able to scout and get out and deny things early, which can change the tempo of the game. So I think that neither of these will do particularly well, probably in the 15s to 30s finishes at best. But I think that ultimately I'd probably take the Bullgrim. and then be very sad as soon as I run into someone with a bunch of 1 damage guns, because Wolverine just hate 1 damage volume. Like, they hate it.
Yeah.
10 points for faux shizzle my grizzle.
Shizzle my
So,
grizzle.
a couple of years ago, Pranus didn't rock up on the first day of the event, and I get a call at like, would have been about 3 o'clock, and he's like, "Did the event start today?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "If I come tomorrow, can I still play?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he started driving and got there for the next day. So.
Oh my god.
Nice. Well, yeah, Prentice, if you see this, the event does indeed start on Saturday. So make sure you're there.
Yeah, I think it was when the public holiday fell on the Friday, so that caught him out that time. So
yeah. Matthew Dean is bringing. So this is Champions of Faith Sisters. He's just gone stuff at 30 Sacrocents. So we've got 3 Hospitallers, Val and Celestine. Battle Sister Squad with 2 Immolators, 1 Castigator.
Yep.
30 Sacrocents.
Yes.
A 10
squad.
Sister Dominion Squad. 3 Warsuits for Val. 2 Retributor squads.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
So that's more what we saw kind of like 1.5 meta rotations ago. And you see it a little bit more in teams, but there's going to be a few people that have trouble getting through 30 Sacrocents.
Yep.
I would assume that the plan here is bog things up with the Sacrocents and score good, so you can get the melters in range to then melter said vehicles and monsters.
in theory, Catan shouldn't be able to do it. Like with the resin, they just should not be able to get through the Sacrocents. So
Yep.
Yeah, neg one to wound with feel no pains and reses, right?
and a 4-up invo. Yep.
Yeah, and a 4-up invol.
It's just a matter of can they precision out the bloody the characters? How well does he hide the characters behind the walls so that they can't get their giant bases to be able to see the bloody things? And the deceivers just sniping them out with one shot. It happened to me the other day. Not that I'm bitter about it or anything.
Yeah, Deceiver got good buffs. Deceiver got good buffs.
On a 40 mil base. Wild. Absolutely wild.
Ryan Jones says if you play Michael clocking, he's a bit slow. I'll tell when I see Michael on Saturday, I'll tell him that you said that, Ryan.
Yeah, we'll tell him.
All right, and lucky last, it wouldn't be a top of the meta run through without seeing at least one scintillating. So Michael Wood is taking Scintillating Legion. His pot calling the kettle black here, but inspiring army list name too. I think mine is like version 1 Termies or something, but he's just titled Uprising.
Yeah.
Just to remember where he needs to go. Scintillating Legion, Demon Prince with Wings with Neverblade. Seeing more of those. The Demon Princes are quite good. They do decent damage. Double. So this is a 3 chicken list. So double Lord of Change and
1 Kairos.
1 Kairos. And then 10 blues and 10 pinks. And 10 Plague Bearers. Yep. Plague Bearers for the sticky in the backfield, and then blues and pinks to gum up the midboard. And then our obligatory flamers, 1x6, 2x3, and then 1x6 screamers, 2x3 screamers. So, this is the only other variant is that you see is
the triple LOC.
Yeah, no. Sometimes you see no horrors in a third LOC, or but a lot of damage that comes out of this. If you can't deal with this quickly, then
no Be'lakor as well here, right? No
Be'lakor. Yeah, no Be'lakor. So
he dropped. So he's a local guy. He dropped Bellacore for the Demon Prince after last weekend. He played Bellacore last weekend, so he dropped him for the Demon Prince because of the smaller footprint and a few different factors. But yeah, it's a good list. I mean, it's ironic that this won Uprising 12 months ago, and here we are talking about it again. So
yeah,
Indeed, yes.
looked a bit. The list looked a little bit different last Uprising, though, didn't it?
Oh, it certainly did. Like I'm not even sure it was all big birds, but it was still the same faction detachment. So
yeah, I think solid.
Yes.
I think it was like 2. I think he had Kairos and 1 Lord of Change, and then more units, and just played like board control. But yeah, definitely it was a meta when Soli won. When Matt Morosoli won Uprising last year was I don't think anybody knew really how to play it or play into it. Sorry, but and Soli took a lot of scalps because people kind of didn't know how to play into it, what it could do. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether Scintillating Legion can go back to back. Maybe we'll see. I think in a world where people are hunting big tanks and Catan, it doesn't look as great, but it's definitely going to the change to 3 damage with the one indirect and 1 puppet just picks units up, and there's not much you can do about it.
Turns out if you give an army unlimited 4-up in vulnerable rerolls, it's pretty durable. So yeah. I think that you are correct, though. I think that the list that is going to win is going to be designed to hunt these lists rather than it's beat the meta, not be the meta. So
yep.
Awesome.
Well, cool bananas. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on? Anything? Any shout outs that you wanted to make for the event or anything like that, Adam?
Look, I've got some news that I'm not technically able to share yet. I'm still waiting on confirmation from GW. So that's something that I can't really go into. I can just allude to the fact that we may or may not have the largest number of golden tickets offered in Australia by a fairly large margin. So there may or may not be more than one person getting a golden ticket this year. So that'll be a good thing for Australia, because I know that they are a little bit hard to come by over here. So it'll be interesting. It'll be really good to see everyone again on the weekend. We're really looking forward to it. This will be the last Uprising officially. So we are wrapping up after this year. It's been a bit of a change in the livelihoods of most of us. So 2 of the other guys both didn't have kids when we started this, and now both have kids, and we've all been through some dramatic life changes. So time to wrap this one up and see how we go. But it doesn't mean that I won't still be running events. I'm thinking about something, maybe a little bit later in the year, but we'll see how it goes. Got to get over this weekend first and make sure that I don't want to neck myself again. So I'm just hoping to have a really smooth weekend and a good time with everyone, and drink some slushies and have a laugh in 42-degree heat, but good air conditioning. So
yes,
very good air conditioning.
Yeah. Can confirm that there's some local event places near us in Victoria that have worse air conditioning than the basketball courts have in South Australia.
Yeah.
I won't name any names, but you guys know who you are.
We've had to turn the air conditioners off in the past because we're like, people aren't drinking enough. It's too cold. Can you turn the air conditioners off? This year we won't have to be doing that at all. So
nice. Well, thank you for joining us, Adam. We'll start wrapping up. And again, chat, thank you for joining us. If you like what we do, I haven't pressed this button yet. I got this fancy button, and I got so excited because we had Adam with us. If I press that, look, see the little thing pops up, and it's like, wee, press the buttons. How fancy! Like and subscribe. Press the bell. It will tell you when Laurence and Dalton go live streaming Uprising on Saturday morning. So
Saturday, yes.
Yeah, make sure that you click those buttons so you know when that happens. It's going to be an absolute blast. thank you for chat for joining us, and hopefully, if you're not making the journey over, we'll if you are, we'll see you there. Come and say hi. If not, we'll see you next time. Thank you again, Adam, and we'll look forward to playing at Uprising on Saturday.
No problems, guys. Looking forward to seeing everyone on the weekend, and I hope we all stay cool.
Thank you, Mr.
Awesome.
Lawrence.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Adam. We'll see you this coming weekend.
All right.
Bye.
Catch you guys later. Bye.